You know the two things that you deserve? Patience and understanding. Because those are the two things that I feel like a lot of us struggle with. A lot of times is patience, staying slow. Being slow, one thing. Staying slow, whole nother topic. So I just think patience is a very important one, because without patience, you get things wrong. And every time you slow back down, the more self-aware individuals will acknowledge that this isn't true to who they are, and therefore by default they were incorrect just by the fact that they sped up, because they stepped out of alignment of what they believe is the best version of themselves. So that's patience. Understanding, because who really knows the next person well enough to say, I know you and this is what it is. No one. Not one of us knows another person well enough to say, this is who you are. So those are the two things that I believe that you deserve, but also that you should offer. Because even though we deserve the best in life, we do have to align with that. Our actions have to align with what we believe we deserve, so that we can be reciprocating, so we can reciprocate what we deserve. We can experience it from the outside world, and we can offer it to others. And these specific characteristics, features that I've mentioned, I believe, and I'm expressing as unconditional. Especially if you've devoted yourself to an individual that you may consider a friend, family member, partner. You have taken on a responsibility of which no one else can hold you to. So I believe it's so important to sit down and think about what it is we really deserve, what it is we really desire, how we really want to be treated. And then from that point, the next point is, are these things that I offer the people who matter the most to me, offer to the people who matter the most to me? Say, for instance, someone acts out of a way that you don't like. The way you respond to those things, is that what would be beneficial to you if you made a mistake? Our pride and our ego get in the way because they don't have understanding. So our pride and ego tell ourselves, oh well, this is a problem that I haven't experienced. This isn't a problem that is within my being. So in actuality, it should just be known. Because how is it that other people don't know? These things are quite simple, but then same could go for your problems. So offering understanding is the most fundamental and crucial thing if this is what you wish to receive. Especially if you desire to receive it within communication with someone else. If the first and most important thing to you receiving is time, patience and understanding in a conversation, you got to ask yourself whether or not you are an active participant in a conversation which opens up for that. You can never forget to be in alignment with what you truly desire. So self-awareness and the ability to look at yourself is fundamental. You deserve the world, but if you're engaging in relationships, friendships, even with your family, offer them what you wish to receive. In a rooted way that's unshaken. It's called discipline. It's not easy, but it takes time. But depends how much it's important to you to receive as well as to give. I used to, when I was a lot younger, just from developed beliefs and stuff, judge others based on how they acted, and I was disgusted and couldn't understand how certain people were the way they were. Now that's just not the case. I understand that we're on a planet where things aren't so simple. There are not systems taught to us, healthy systems for us to manage life well and to respond to life well and process life well. So I understand that I'm around and will be surrounded by individuals who are imperfect. Also, for enough of their life that they're not even aware of it, and it almost seems like, it's decisions off of their own back, but it's really not, because these decisions lead them to experiencing experiences which aren't so pleasant. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words recently. Yeah. If it was truly our decision to be the way that we are, if we're living and we're not even very conscious of it, then we'd be aware of the repercussions of our actions every time we act. But if you're not conscious of yourself, if you're not conscious, if you're not living consciously, if you're not consciously living consciously, then the repercussions of your actions will be far out of alignment. You won't even notice how the things you're experiencing are quite intimately related to the way you're living and thinking. So let me bring that back on topic. So I am aware that I'm around a place where a lot of individuals are caught up in that system, and that's why I've devoted myself to being a healer. And it's not a perfect journey, because I'm having to uncover a lot about myself. I'm having to process a lot of things about myself. I'm having to make a lot of mistakes. I'm having to entertain relationships and try and figure out how to navigate through them consciously in the best way that I can, and evolve every time. And obviously you get caught up in other people's cycles, which they're not most likely aware of. This is where understanding comes in, because once you understand that everyone is flawed in very intimate specific, intentional ways that began far before they were even aware of what was going on, what was happening to their mind, what kind of seeds were being planted. The first and most important thing, if you want to talk about love, these are accents of love. The points I'm talking about, understanding is an accent of love. Patience is an action of love, true love, true love, as opposed to trying to be positive. Consistency is a very important one with that. If you believe that everyone, including the people that you're closest to, deserve love, then patience needs to be consistent regardless. Can't be anything that they do that you hold them accountable for, because that's not your job, that's their job. There's nothing that you can judge them about, because then it acts like you are the person with the upper hand, and we never have an upper hand on anyone, as a very ego belief. Again, another one that we've developed, not something pure to ourselves. Yeah, I feel like a lot of my pain comes from when I do my best to offer my best self, and then I kind of blissfully ignore other people's flaws, I suppose. But there's not much you can do to control that, which is why they say developing boundaries is so important. Because if you don't, you'll be caught up in other people's flaws because you've justified doing so, because you say that you love someone and that you're in a relationship with them or you're in a friendship with them. It's important to spend time on our own, because how are we going to understand these things if we can't understand them within ourselves? For me, I give myself patience. I've acknowledged that I make mistakes. So when other people make mistakes, I might get annoyed at them in the present moment, which I'm still trying to work on. I'm not trying to even do that. But if I do, I'm not going to hold on to it. I'm not going to make a track record of it either, because I know I make mistakes. And if you make mistakes and you're aware that you make mistakes, and you'd prefer if other people didn't hold you accountable because you know that you're taking accountability for it, that's the way I believe we reach peace and harmony with one another. Till next time.